And hello, Interior Alaska. Michael Ives here with your Saturday sports. It's been a busy sports weekend with broken records and Nanook success, and we'll start off on the ice. With the regular season winding down and playoff spots and positions up for grabs, Nanook hockey hosts the Beavers from Bemidji State at the Carlson Center both last night and this evening. The best way for Alaska to move back up the WCHA standings is by beating the teams ahead of them. And the Nanooks start off this series the right way with a blanking of the Beavers.
The Nooks back in front of their home fans in their own barn at the Carlson Center, and they gave them something to cheer about. At the 14:23 mark of the first period, Cody Kunit making his case for the Hobie Baker Award with a short-handed goal, his 13th of the year. Credit the assist to Jared Larson. Sean Cahill was in between the pipes tonight, and he was on fire, denying 20 early shots from the Beavers. Cahill and the defense shut out the Beavers for all of the second period, but so were the Nooks until 3:31 in the third period. Jared Larson, the former Ice Dog, puts one in net for UAF. Nolan Heisman's with the assist. The Nanooks are up 2-0. Under 3 minutes to go, and the Beavers tried and tried, but Sean Cahill was standing tall and standing on his head tonight. He was in another zone. Cahill with 27 saves tonight. Then with 9 seconds left, rookie Marcus Bassara adds an empty net goal for the final tally. The Nanooks win 3-0. The junior, Sean Cahill, with the shutout victory. It's his first shutout as a Nanook, and it's also the first shutout of the year for the Nooks and the first shutout since a 3-0 win over Bowling Green in 2011.
It was a Fairbanks first this weekend for Nanook sports as the UAF women's hockey team showcased their talents at home against the Delaware Blue Hens. It was all Nanooks on the Patty ice from the get-go. Alaska would score early and often, dominating play throughout this contest. Senior goalie Katrina Leiden would get the shutout for Alaska as they skate to a 7-0 win in Game 1 of this set. Game 2 was played today on the Olympic-sized Carlson Center ice, and the Nanooks would again dominate and win this one, Game 2, 10-0 to finish off the series. UAF head coach Scott Vakaroth says the atmosphere for this weekend series has been something special.
It's huge. That goes without saying. Seeing how many people were out there tonight, how loud they were, how much it energized the girls, it really shows how much our program how far it's gone over the years, and just it was very exciting. We were in the locker room before the game, even during the game. You could see our girls were a little bit nervous. They'd never played in front of this many people, so it was exciting.
The Fairbanks Ice Dogs are on the road this weekend facing Wichita Falls in Texas. In front of the largest crowd that they have faced on the road all season, the Dogs get some special team support and cruise to a win over the Wildcats. Fairbanks would score the only goal of the first period off an Ethan Somoza tally, leading early. The Wildcats would knot it at 1 in the second period before a Chandler Maudry power play goal puts the Ice Dogs ahead to stay. Brett Gervais would add a shorthanded goal just minutes into the third period, and the Ice Dogs goalie Kevin Aldridge does the rest. Aldridge stops 21 shots in the win and moves to 21-9-0 on the season when starting in net for Fairbanks. These teams lock horns for the final battle of the weekend tonight in Wichita Falls. One Nanooks team finds themselves holding first place in their conference with a chance to separate from the pack a bit. We're talking UAF men's basketball who, after blasting St. Martin's on TV Thursday night, faced Western Oregon on the road today with a chance to keep on winning. It would take a tremendous comeback effort from the Nanooks as Western Oregon jumped out to a double-digit lead early in the first half of play. With the Nanooks on the ropes, they turned to their big men in the second half as Andrew Kelly and Sergei Putsar would lead the charge. Putsar would be the Nanooks' leading scorer on the night with 15 points on 6 for 9 shooting. Andrew Kelly, again, was everywhere as he notches another double-double, finishing with 14 points and 12 rebounds. The two bigs also combined for 7 steals in the tight 60-56 come-from-behind win. The Nanook win now gives them sole possession of first place in the GNAC pending games tonight for Seattle Pacific and Western Washington. Now to swimming, where 2 of the nation's top 15 programs met at the Patty Center pool this weekend, and it would be the record books taking the beating. Nanook junior Margot Adams broke her own 100 butterfly pool record with a time of 56.51 seconds. Cal Baptist Mary Hansen would set new pool records in the 50 freestyle and 100 backstroke. The Lancers would also set the 400-yard medley relay record. Altogether, 6 new record times were recorded as Alaska drops day one of their final home swim event of the year by a score of 123 to 86. The meet concludes with tonight's final relays. Now some Olympic news. An Alaskan snowboarder who competed in the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Canada, has failed to make a return to the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi this year. Callan Sithluk Sipsov was left off the 3-woman U.S. Olympic snowboard cross team that is headed to Sochi, Russia in February. Snowboard cross is a relatively new Olympic sport in which up to 6 snowboarders race down a narrow, winding course. Lindsay Jacobellis, Faye Galini, and Jackie Hernandez will fill out the U.S. snowboard cross roster for these games. However, another Alaskan snowboarder will represent the state in Sochi. Ryan Stassel qualified to the men's slopestyle team earlier this month. And that'll do it for sports tonight, but there are lots of great interior sporting events going on right around the corner. We've got Hockey Week in Fairbanks and the start of the Yukon Quest less than a week away. We'll have all your coverage right here on Channel 11. To stay informed, you can visit KTVF Sports on Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, or download our mobile app. Keep on keeping on, Alaska. Holly Seiler's up next with your full weather forecast. Have a glorious weekend.